Hello, hello. My name is Juji. Welcome to my channel. This is HD by Z. I'm so excited you're here. If you're new, this is a space for anyone who's obsessed with human design. I talk mostly about celebrity couples through relationship readings. I do interviews with people that I've worked with in the past, and sometimes I make videos about the human design system itself. Today, I'm going to be talking about the most wholesome couple in Hollywood. But before I do, can we talk about this hair? If this is your first time here, my hair isn't usually pink, but I thought I'd spice it up for the holidays. And just a reminder, all of my information will be in the show notes. And you guys, I made something very special for you this holiday. I'm releasing my 4-part masterclass about human design and relationship called the Conscious Connection Workshop Series. Now, I did this workshop series live last year, and it was incredible. All of the participants got so much out of it. And so I re-recorded it, and now I'm releasing it to you guys, and it's only 99 bucks. So that will also be in the show notes. Like I said, it's a 4-part series, and the first part is all about who we are in relationships, looking at our charts and being able to understand our bonding strategies and how we connect to other people. Then part 2 is about how others connect through us, through our charts, talking about electromagnetic connections and what they mean. Part 3 is all about how we compromise to other people in the relationship, which I'm actually going to be talking about with Rita and Hank. And part 4 is about why opposites attract in human design and how to bring awareness to the differences between yourself and other people. This isn't just about couples. This is also about understanding your family members. I just released a video talking about my mom and my relationship and understanding how different we are and how important it's been on this journey for us to be able to get closer together. So this is an amazing gift to give yourself. There's downloads that go along with each of the videos, so you have these to refer back to and little reviews at the end of each download. So it's a really, really amazing masterclass, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so Rita and Hank. These two actually have a very similar story to David and Victoria Beckham, which is the last video that I made, meaning that Tom actually saw Rita Wilson on TV. She was a guest on the Brady Bunch show, and he said it was love at first sight. So he was married at the time, unfortunately, which is probably the only controversial thing about their relationship, to be honest with you. Then they ended up meeting on a set in 1986, I believe it is. And I think by 1988, they were married. So they now have 2 children. They've been together ever since. And literally, there hasn't been a peep from the media about anything rocky in their relationship. So I wanted to see what was going on below the surface. And the thing that I found is something very interesting, and it's something new I'll be talking about in this video. So let's take a look at their charts. All right, so this is Mr. Tom Hanks. He's a manifesting generator, emotional authority, single definition, 3-5 profile on the right angle cross of penetration. Right off the bat, you can see he has an open ego and an open G. And I actually wonder if it is easier to take on different roles as an actor if you have an open G, because if your identity is so moldable and so pliable, perhaps it's an easier way to take on somebody else's personality. Just something that I've wondered about. All right, so let's take a look at Rita. Okay, so this is Rita Wilson, also a manifesting generator, also emotional authority, also single definition, 2-4 profile on the right angle cross of the unexpected. And not surprisingly, she has a defined G, which we've talked about a lot, specifically with the Travis Barker, Kourtney Kardashian video. I highly recommend watching that to understand this a little bit more. But again, you can see that they have so many things in common in their chart, both being MGs, both being emotional, both being single definition. So that in of itself creates a lot of harmony within a relationship. Let's take a look at them together. All right, so this is Rita and Tom, and they are 8 and 1, have some fun, with an open ego and 8 centers defined. And so for people who have this kind of configuration, I generally say, don't prove anything to anyone ever. That's not your role. That's not your role as a couple. And guess what? They don't really seem to be very showy. So I think that they're following that strategy fairly well. And a lot of the time when we look at couples who have had such longevity, we see a million electromagnetic connections, but we only see 2 with these. So they have the channel of transformation. So they do have a splenic connection, which is always something that feels very, very good. And they also have this channel of logic, the 63-4. So potentially they always have something very interesting to talk about. And I just wanted to point out another pattern that I see is these companionship channels, meaning they both have this channel 1222, the channel of openness, which defines their emotional systems. So there's this real recognition there. And both David and Victoria and Rita and Hank have a companionship channel, a significant companionship channel. And in both cases, the men said, I saw this woman and I knew she was going to be the person that I marry. And I just want to say on a personal note that actually I've experienced the exact same thing with my now husband. So just something to consider. All right. So I told you guys I was going to be talking about something new today, which is compromise channels. And Rita and Tom have a lot of compromises in their relationship, so let's talk about it. First of all, a compromise channel is when one person has the whole channel in their chart and the other person only has one side. So in this case, Tom is compromised to Rita because she has the full channel of the 2750, this channel of caring, and he only has gate 50 in his chart. So what does this mean? Why are we looking at this? Well, because these two have had such a long relationship, it must mean that they are good at navigating these energetic compromises. And I'm sure that what actually gets them through this is their companionship channel and the electromagnetics that they share together. In this case, I feel that the biggest compromise is the 59-6 connection. Rita Wilson has the full channel and Tom only has gate 59. And what this means to me is that Tom is compromised to how Rita Wilson sees intimacy. Having the 59-6 channel means that you are not only putting out emotionality, you're also taking it in. So there's a lot of sensitivity built into this. And because their relationship is obviously the most intimate that it can be between marriage and 2 kids, it's the way that she needs this intimacy to be expressed that is the key to their longevity. I don't know what that expression is, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with loyalty. I'm sure it has a lot to do with never feeling like that intimacy has been breached or compromised in some way. I also feel that there's another interesting compromise. In this case, Rita is compromised to Tom in this channel of focus and concentration. So he has the full channel of the 952 and she has gate 9, which means that as a couple, they're going to focus on what Tom wants to focus on. And if she's okay with that, if that doesn't breach her intimacy, then they're obviously going to be fine. Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't even say that Tom is a bigger movie star than she is, but he's definitely had many more accolades than she has. And so potentially the thing that's been the focal point of the 2 of them is his career, meaning that she is this great support system when it comes to what kind of projects he wants to focus on, what kind of roles he wants to take. And because she has the defined G center and he's really just looking to see where he can plug in next, it's really all about being patient with him and his own process. In any given relationship, I would say that there's always a person that I feel wears the pants. Again, I really don't like this saying at all. However, it does sort of denote the person who is dominant in the relationship. And in this case, I don't really feel like there's a dominant force here. I think that they are very equally matched. And I'm sure that creates a lot of ease and peace between the two of them, which is very rare and probably something that keeps them very steady, as they are these A-list stars, right? I mean, I don't think that their privacy is being breached all the time. I don't feel like they're surrounded by paparazzi, which would be very stressful, but they certainly have been in the public eye for 40 plus years. So to be able to create a safe space within their partnership is probably what has kept them so wholesome, so free of conflict, and so admired by people all around them. Every time they step onto the red carpet, it's just a joy to see them. And I loved being able to see their charts to confirm what it is that we're looking at. All right, guys, I think this is a really good place to wrap it up. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I did making it. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified every time I drop a new video. Please also leave me a comment or a question below. I swear I answer them. And if you have a couple that you want to nominate for analysis, I'd love to hear from you. I have a long list going, so bear with me. I also wanted to know if you guys wanted me to do another video on Harry and Meghan because of this documentary that's come out. It's kind of controversial. I don't know if I want to make a video about it. I already did a couple's analysis for them, but I'm sure there's a lot more I could say. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you would enjoy. Until next time, ciao for now.